Lion at school. Betty Small didn't like going to school. She always set off late. Then she had to hurry. One morning she was hurrying as usual when she turned a corner, and there stood a lion. He stared at her with his yellow eyes. He growled, and when he growled, Betty could see his sharp teeth.
"I'm going to school with you."
"Oh dear, I couldn't do that. My teacher says we mustn't bring pets to school."
"I'm not a pet. Tell your teacher that I'm a friend coming to school with you,"
he said angrily. Betty said, "All right, but you must promise not to eat anyone. It's not allowed. You can only growl."
"Very well,"
said the lion and crouched down on the pavement. The little girl climbed onto his back. The lion ran to school with Betty on his back. The two entered the classroom just as the teacher was calling out names from the attendance register. The teacher stopped calling when she saw Betty and the lion. She stared at the lion, and all the children stared at the lion. The teacher said to Betty, "You know you're not allowed to bring pets to school." The lion began to swish his tail. Swish, swish. Betty said, "This is not a pet. This is my friend who's coming to school with me." The teacher said to Betty, "What is his name then?" "Noel, just Noel." The teacher wrote the name down in the register. Noel. All that morning, the lion sat up on his chair next to Betty like a big cat. He didn't growl, he didn't roar. After recess, all the children went to the playground. Betty stood in a corner of the ground with the lion.
"Excuse me, why don't we play like the others?"
The lion asked politely. Betty said, "There is a big boy, Jack Tall. He bullies me and knocks me down whenever I play." The lion growled.
"He wouldn't knock you down now. Point him out to me."
Betty pointed out Jack Tall. Jack Tall was coming closer and closer to Betty. The lion growled. Then Jack Tall saw the lion's teeth as sharp as knives. He stopped running. He stood still. Now the lion opened his mouth so wide that Jack Tall could see his throat opened wide and deep and dark. Jack Tall went pale. Then the lion roared and roared and roared. All the teachers came running out. All the children stopped playing. And the biggest boy, Jack Tall, turned round and ran and ran. He never stopped running until he got home to his mother. Betty came out from behind the lion. "Let's go back to class now."
"I'm not staying for classes now,"
said the lion. He just walked away. On Monday, the lion did not come to school. At playtime, Jack Tall came up to Betty.
Where's your friend that talks so loudly?"
he asked, a little curious. "He's not here today."
"Might he come again?"
"Yes, he easily might. So you just watch out, Jack Tall."